Serap, they've gone to court to try to get, I think, a federal high court in Abuja to compel INEC to extend the CVR exercise. Now, that matter has not been determined yet. I think they're to be in court today. Yep, I think they're to be in court today. That matter is to be heard today. But even before today, the court granted a temporary injunction restraining INEC from ending the process tomorrow until the matter has been dealt with, the substantive matter has been dealt with. So I think the matter is to be heard today. Is it today? I think it's today. So if the matter is not concluded by the end of proceedings, INEC may compulsorily have to extend beyond tomorrow. But we'll have to wait to see what the courts will determine as to whether or not INEC must compulsorily extend or not, even though there are feelers from INEC that there will be an extension. So whatever the case is anyways, endeavor to get registered, get your PVCs, vote sensibly, vote wisely, and guess what? You can actually experience all of that development you see on TV. It's very possible. It can happen in your lifetime. Yeah. Like a miracle. Only you don't require an Abraham to part the Red Sea for this to happen. It's very simple. Register, a Moses rather. It was Moses, right? Was it Moses? Yeah, it was Moses, not Abraham, pardon me. You don't require a Moses to part the Red Sea. No, you just need to get a PVC and vote sensibly. That's all. Welcome again. And from now till 7, once again, discussions continue. The sports camp will be in by 7 for extra time. A couple of issues lined up for today's conversation. I do have side comments coming up shortly, random stories and random thoughts that caught my attention, which will not be discussed now. A reminder of that. But much later on, after the major news at 6 p.m., I'll take your thoughts during a recap segment or sub-segment called Open Season. Every matter discussed on the show will be up for discussion there. Literally, it's open season, especially if you've missed out on contributing your thoughts to any of the matters discussed on the show today. Now, after my side comment today, I have a rant coming up. I'll express my thoughts on some major issue, and I do hope to get your take on mine till 4 p.m. Now, 4 o'clock, we've got business news coming up. It's another Wednesday, meaning we're focusing or taking out time to focus completely on the progressive development of the Niger Delta region, and we are going to be doing that today as well on Canvas the Niger Delta Roundtable, sponsored by SPDC. On today's show topic, excelling Shell scholar Isaiah Inaibo's journey from Burutu to the UK. Absolutely, sir. I'll be speaking with some beneficiary of an SPDC scholarship whose life literally is an inspiring story. It's an inspiring story. So to everyone who says that IOCs, or in this case particularly Shell, has not done one thing they have not done for you. Well, Isaiah Inaibo can testify that at least one sin, if not several sins, has been done in his life. And before you say that's not enough, ask yourself, what has your government done for you? Ask yourself that question. Another reason, by the way, why you should vote sensibly and vote wisely in the coming elections, so that you won't have to go to sit down in front of one company, be pounding yam and singing that and shouting rather, or screaming that one thing they have not done for you. Well, that comes up in the 4 o'clock hour, taking us to 5. The news update comes up at 5 p.m. Discussions continue right after that, and let's see what comes up next. A tale of 2 sets of missing certificates. We're going to be looking at that discussion. And in case you didn't get the pawn there, I don't know if you remember or if you know at all that the story, A Tale of Two Cities. You heard about that one? You probably heard about it. Anyways, A Tale of Two Cities, written by Charles Dickens, simply adapted that, plain words, if you will. So it's a tale of 2 sets of missing certificates. We're going to be taking a look at that in the 5 o'clock hour. Now, here's the story, courtesy this day. Like Tinubu, APC's vice presidential placeholder, Masari, declares certificates missing. In a strange coincidence, if it is a coincidence. Documents submitted by the vice presidential candidate of the APC, Ibrahim Masari, to INEC have revealed the placeholder, like the principal candidate, Senator Bola Tinubu, could not also produce requisite certificates to back his stated academic qualifications. But Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma said the certificate debate around his party's presidential duo was of little or no importance, stressing that Tinubu's past electoral records would suffice. We'll discuss this later on. I'm asking, does it matter if a candidate cannot present certificates to back up whatever claims they might have? And if it does matter, to what extent does it matter? I want to get your take on that. But I'll be speaking with Barrister Richard Wokocha as well on the matter. He's an associate professor of public law at the Rivers State University, former chairman of Nigeria Bar Association, Amok Branch. He'll join me for that in the 5 o'clock p.m. Major is at 6 p.m. And open season comes up afterwards till about 7 when we wrap it up today. The sports can come in for extra time. And we get things going right now with today's side comments. Random stories and random thoughts that caught my attention as I checked out the news earlier on today. And just a reminder once again, these side comments are not to be discussed now. Later, during the open season segment, I'll take your thoughts on those at that time. Let's start with this one. Or do we start with... Okay, you know what? I'd like to observe protocol. I'd like to observe due protocol. You know how they say in Nigeria, all protocols observed. So maybe I should observe protocol as far as today's show is concerned. And I'd like to start with just a moment. There's a story there's something I'm looking for here. It is here somewhere. Is this what I'm looking for? Okay, no, this is not the one. Is this the one? No. Okay, well, you must have heard about it, basically. The Rivers State Governor, His Excellency, Nyesom Wike, is holidaying at the moment. You must have heard about that, I think. You must have heard about it. His Excellency is holidaying at the moment. I think he's in Turkey. He's in Turkey, I believe. Yeah, and supposedly he's having a good time. He put up a tweet, or he put up a message, pardon me, recently stating this, and I simply want to read the message that the governor put up specifically on that. But anyways, the governor shared photos from his holiday spot on social media with the tagline, "Finally enjoying a much-needed vacation in Turkey. Councillor, governors, ministers, the president specifically is taking our time to go on a holiday. It's a good thing. And from the pictures he posted, it's a lovely place where the governor and what it's and my side comment still continues for the moment. Thanks for staying tuned. So I was commenting on the River State Governor's vacation in Turkey. Lovely photos, by the way, online, posted online. The governor, Yesin Wike, with his counterpart in Abia State, Okezie Ikpeazu, holidaying in Turkey. There are lovely pictures there. And I was talking about the site, what I see from the photos. Once again, the water looks lovely. It looks pristine blue. No, it doesn't look like there's oil spill or that they need to carry out remediation on the water. It doesn't look like that at all. It doesn't look like there's any bunkering activities that takes place on the water. It looks so beautiful. You want to dive into it. The water looks like the water is calling out to you to just dive into it. Looks really beautiful, and the entire environment just looks so lovely. It just looks so lovely, and you get the feeling that at the entrance of this resort or this private place where they're vacationing, it doesn't look like there are community people there who just sit there and do nothing but are collecting money from people. I don't think they have senior men near this resort who are collecting people's phones, who are asking who goes you there and collecting people's phones. I don't think they have bandits or kidnappers there who are waiting for people who are on their way to the tourist center to kidnap them and demand ransom. I don't think so, because if they did, I don't think the governor or these two governors and other persons will go there on a holiday. I don't think its equivalent in Turkey would want to come down to River State here or Abia State to vacation. Once again, nothing wrong in my estimation with any governor in Nigeria going to holiday in Turkey or anywhere else in the world for that matter. Nothing wrong with that. But how many governors or its equivalent in Turkey would want to fly down to any state in Nigeria, Rivers, for example, or Abia State, to come holiday? Will they find beaches or waterfront, centers, or residents or places like this in River State? And we have the potentials. I mean, go to Andoni. They've got lovely beaches over there. And we have other places somewhere in town there. We've got this lovely waterfront place that's got enormous potentials. And what are we doing with our tourism potentials here in not just in River State, in all of Nigeria for that matter? We've got humongous tourism potentials. What are we doing with these tourism potentials? I mean, once again, will a governor from Turkey want to fly down to River State to come? Will the River State governor and his entourage be able to invite Turkish dignitaries to come holiday here? That we have nice waterfront resorts, or we have lovely beaches here in River State. Come down to River State next month and come holiday here and see our sights and our sounds. I just wonder. I'm just thinking out loud, Just thinking out loud. But it's good to know that there's this lovely place in Turkey, so that if our honorables and excellencies cannot holiday here in Nigeria, or they can't find places like this to holiday here in Nigeria, it's good to know that Turkey has it. It's good to know other places have it. They can go there, and hopefully some of us, or the rest of us, might be able to visit there someday as well. Someday. Yeah, okay. Someone via WhatsApp says they don't have task force. That's from Soki. Soki, you're right. I don't think they have task force over there. Yeah. Good day, Dial. There are no Turkish state task force around the water to seize your trousers when you plan to swim. All right. I don't think so also. Yeah. I really insist. And they should go to the ATM to empty their accounts. Anyways. I hope the two gentlemen and their entourage have a good time at home and hopefully replicate this. Yeah. River State Police Command has arraigned the professor at the River State University in Port Harcourt, David Ogbonna, before a chief magistrate court over allegations of unlawful and indecent sexual assault of a 20-year-old female undergraduate of the campus. Professor Ogbonna was arraigned before Chief Magistrate Meninen Poromon on Tuesday. The accused pleaded not guilty to the charges. Lead defense lawyer Osihaya King urged the court to grant the defendant bail on self-recognizance considering his status. But Amy George, lead lawyer for FIDA River State branch, urged the court not to grant the accused bail in view of alleged threat to the life of the victim. And Chief Magistrate Poroimon, after listening to arguments of both lawyers, granted the accused bail in the sum of 2 million naira and that a shorty must be residing in the magisterial district. Now, I don't know if Professor David Ogbonna is guilty. I don't know. The courts will determine that. And it's not my job to determine his guilt or innocence. But I am glad that this matter is in court. So let the courts determine. Let the lawyers put up their evidence. Let them put up their proof. Let the defense put up its case as well. And I hope justice prevails over there. But to all the young ladies, or not so young ladies, and even male students as well, who are being abused sexually or otherwise in our high institutions or in our schools anywhere, even in secondary schools or wherever it is, please report the matter to some person. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Don't be intimidated. All of that, I will destroy you. I will defeat you. I will deal with you. You will never leave this school. It's a lie. They are all lying. I will tell all my colleagues to deal with you. You will never pass any paper again. You will remain here for the next 25. It's a lie. It's a lie. They cannot do anything. They can't do anything. If your lecturers in school won't do anything, if your vice chancellor will not do anything, report to FIDA. And there are several other NGOs and activist groups who will take up your matter as well. Okay, tell someone about it. Tell someone about it. Tell somebody about it. There's nothing. See, let me tell you. A few years from now, you will look back and you discover that they were really not as powerful as you thought they were. They really are not. I mean, I went through the university system, and looking back now, I wish there were certain things I had done when I was in school. You know, you just think that please respect your lecturers. I'm not suggesting that they should be disrespected. You have to respect and give due reverence to authority. And lecturers do have some authority over you. Give them that respect. But once the lecturer crosses the bounds, you understand? Once they cross that line, once they cross the barrier, because they have a mark they should not cross. You can take away that reverence. Remove it. Don't give it to them any longer. Report the matter appropriately. Okay? And you will discover that there's nothing special, really. There's nothing. All of that, I will deal with you. It's just, how do we say it in local parlance? Just bone face. That's all. It's just designed to intimidate you, to scare you. 5 years, 10 years from now, you look back and you discover, why was I even scared of that man, really? There's nothing to it, really. There's nothing to it. Respect them. Don't be afraid of them. And if they abuse you, report to the appropriate quarters as well. Yeah. Let's see. What else is there I'd like to touch on before moving on? Yeah. Okay, well, the APC seems to be having... doesn't seem to be well with the APC in Rivers State. Someone's gone to court, Bernard Miko. I mean, the APC in Rivers State is like a horror. It's like a never-ending horror movie. You know, the producers just want to milk everything from the franchise. They want to make a part 10, part 11, part 12, part 13. You're wondering when will the movie end? When will the franchise owners determine it's time to bring an end to the series? But wish them all the best. Wish them all the very best. And let's see, what else caught my attention? Yeah, is that all there is to it? Let's see. Oh yeah, the House of Reps said it will intervene in the organ harvesting case in the UK involving a former Deputy President of the Senate, Ike Ekweremadu, urging British authorities to handle the case fairly. Speaker Femi Gbagbabiamila, who has been championing a cause he termed legislative diplomacy, particularly said he would contact the Speaker of the British House of Commons, Lindsay Hoyle, with the hope of getting the UK to follow due process in the Ekweremadu's investigation. I would like to advise His Honourableness, Honourable Femi Gbagbabiamila, To ask them to follow due process. You look at body language of the in their own case, the prime minister, before determining whether a matter should be properly investigated or due process should be followed. They just follow due process by default. So I don't think calling anybody is going to make any difference. They're going to follow the law. They're going to investigate. They're going to consider the evidence, consider the facts, and that's what they're going to do. Simple as that. And that's why you won't hear anybody saying that is it the first person? Is our brother? You won't hear that in the UK. That he is our brother. Other brothers have done it. Why is it when it's our own turn? Why is it when it's our brother's turn? You will not hear in the UK that it is a witch hunt. It's a witch. If it was in Nigeria, you'd probably be hearing all kinds of associations and groups would have sprung up overnight. All kinds of associations and groups will spring up. And there will be protests. There will be protests at the court premises. Those who are pro and those who are against. And then you will hear on the news that there was a clash. There was a clash between two camps, those who are pro and those who are against. And police had to intervene to quell the riots. Yeah. But you won't hear that. You won't hear that in the UK. So there's no need calling anybody. Nobody needs to be called. And the matter will not be swept under any carpet. To be dealt with, and justice will be done. And that's what I expect the House of Reps to be saying. That justice will be done. And we'll wait to see what the courts determine over there. No need calling anybody. Calling to say what? Really? Calling to say what exactly? Anyways. Let's see. I have to wrap this up shortly. Okay, I think that's going to be it for today's side comments. I got a few comments via WhatsApp still. Decide any naked babies for them to carry. Okay. I don't think that place where the governor is vacating is close. Let's see. Please let them know also that over there, due process is already in place from the word go. Yes, indeed. Let's see, what else is there? Okay, I think I'll leave it off on that note. That's it for today's side comments. I'll go on a quick break now. When I return, today's round comes up. Do please stay with us.
You are tuned in to 92.3.
Back. It's Heart Factor NigeriaInfo and here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dial, and I'd like to rant for just a bit. I've got something in my mind. I'm expressing some thought on it, and you're welcome to express your thoughts of mine all the way till 4 p.m. The subject of today's rant is a somewhat sad development. Quite sad, really, because in 2015, that's I'd say. Maybe 7 years ago. 7? Am I right? Is it 7 years ago? I think 7 years ago. All right. 2015 plus 7. Yeah, 7 years ago. Some person died. A man died 7 years ago in 2015. In circumstances that could have been avoided. In a scenario that need not to have led to the man dying. And it was sad. It was a very, very, very sad thing. That 7 years ago, that man died the way that he did. I mean, death is inevitable. It's a characteristic of all living things. Living things die. However, there are acceptable ways to die, and there are ways in which we struggle to accept. We struggle to accept ways we do not consider to be normal, to be natural, in which a person should die. So that incident I'm referencing in 2015 was one of these ways. It was a way in which nobody who has been condemned to die in the year 2022 as a result of the unfortunate incident 7 years ago also will die someday, as once again all living things die. But no one should have to die this way. No one should have to be sentenced to death by hanging. It should not happen. But things like this happen